brown butter, some fresh thyme, some salt, and some lemon juice, and that's just like really, really good. Oh, okay, so it's actually, I can already see it kind of happening a bit. Are you guys able to see? Like, here, let me try to move it. So we're getting some browning already right there. So I don't know if you can see, there's like some of the bubbles so you can see. Yeah, there it goes. So that is exactly what we're looking for. So it's already kind of burning, so I'm just gonna mix it a little bit so that we're moving around the butter to get more evenly toasted, because I don't want burnt patches. But you can see how fast that is. Like now it's kind of getting really brown and gold, and it smells really aromatic and like toasty, and we're getting those nice kind of pretty golden brown tones. So I'm actually going to turn off the heat because this is like happening. So that's our brown butter, guys. So if yours is taking longer, it might just be because of your heat, which is fine. It's still going to taste good. It's going to taste fine. Even if it takes a little longer, it'll take. It just, yeah, it just depends on the heat that you're cooking at. Let me just reset my little tripod guy here. There we go. Okay, cool. Great. Okay, great. So, good job, everybody. We did our brown butter. And like I said, if yours is still browning, that's totally fine. Keep an eye on it as I'm kind of moving ahead to making our gin drink while we're waiting for our salmon to cook. So now, oh, Andy says it smells so good. Yeah, it's the best smell. I love brown butter. Just like, well, obviously butter smells good, but then you get like the nice toasted, like nutty smell, and it's just the best. So it's also fun to make. You know, some people will like, in the holidays, they'll like boil a pot of like cinnamon sticks, you know, before people come over if they're hosting, to make the house smell good. Like you could do that, and your house is just gonna smell like butter, and it's gonna just be like really nice and really welcoming for anyone that's coming over. So we have a couple more minutes till we pull the salmon, and that's honestly enough time to make the punch, because the punch is super easy. All it is gin. Here's my gin. This is a gin that's just naturally purple because of pea blossom. It's the brand of gin, but if you have gin that's normal and like clear, that's totally fine too. Or like not normal, but like traditionally clear, that's fine. You don't need the purple gin to make this. Just gin is gin. And then you'll need a little bit of sparkling because it's very refreshing. Got a little bubbly, plain LaCroix, but any sort of sparkling water will be great. And then some mixed citrus juice. So I have some organic orange juice for some of it, but I like to do a blend of orange and lemon and lime because it's just really refreshing with the gin and the bubbles. So what we'll need is about a half cup of citrus juice. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my little cup rinsed because I had walnuts in there. Okay, so now we've got our cup. And so what I like to do when I'm juicing citrus is cut it in half, get a little strainer, a tiny one, it works great. I put the tiny strainer over the cup like so that as I'm juicing it, the seeds just catch here. It just makes it quicker and easier. And then I always use a fork because you get way more juice out that way than if you're just doing it by hand. So I take my little lemon, I put the fork in, and you don't want to like push the fork in because then obviously you could stab your hand and that would be really bad. But you just push it in enough so that it's in the lemon, and once it's in, you just squeeze with the hand holding the lemon and you twist the fork with the other hand. And now we're just getting like a ton of juice coming out here. So you can get a lot more juice this way as opposed to just squeezing with your bare hand, because the fork is basically puncturing all the cells of the fruit as you kind of like move it around in there and bursting all the cells of juice. So you can see, look at how dry and empty that lemon is now. You get like all the juice out. And citrus is kind of expensive, especially if you're getting the organic stuff. So if you're trying to juice citrus, it's good to get every last drop and not waste anything, not wasting any resources, not wasting your grocery budget. So just squeeze and get the juice out of our lime. All right, it's been about 10 minutes for the salmon. I'm gonna check on the oven and see what it's looking like. Just take a little peek. Okay. So this is the salmon's looking good, smelling good. I'm just gonna see if it'll flake. It might need more time, but I just wanna make extra sure. So let's do our flake test and see if it's gonna flake or not. It could use a little bit more time. I think I'll probably do like 2 minutes just to be safe, because that one piece is a little bit thicker. So while that's happening, we could easily juice a lime in 2 minutes. So I'm just gonna cut the lime in half, and we'll do the same thing with our fork, juicing our little lime here over our cup. And so I usually start with like one, and this is for a single serving of the cocktail. If you want to do multiple servings, just multiply what I'm going to be showing you again and again. So basically what we're aiming for is just a half cup of citrus juice total. And again, this is for one person. So if you're making it for two, you could make it like a full cup. And we're almost done with our lime. And so I start with lime, I start with lemon, and then whatever I have left after I use like one of each, I like to press the bottom to get all the little drops out. I'll finish with the store-bought orange juice. You could squeeze orange juice by hand, of course, if you want to. But right now we're at a little over a quarter cup of lime lemon juice mix. So that means I'm gonna do another quarter of our tasty organic orange juice. All right. So now we'll just top it up to about a half cup with our orange juice. And then, and I know I said like 4.5 ounces. So if you're like, I want to do it to the T, because a half cup is actually only 4 ounces. You could get a tablespoon. A tablespoon is half an ounce, and you could pour an extra half ounce on your 1 cup measurement. So we've got our punch ready. Now I'm going to get our serving glass all situated. Here we go, here we go. Get some ice. Okay, so you could use your serving glass. I'm going to use a fancy mixing glass because I have one, and to mix everything. So we're putting in our half cup of citrus juice. Next, we're gonna put in 1.5 ounces of gin. All right, so actually, let's put a pin in that and take the salmon out, because I'm pretty sure now it should be done. For me, if you put it in at around the same time, obviously keep track of your specific salmon so that you're not over baking it or under baking it. Just make sure to use that fork test. Yeah, that looks a bit better. I'm gonna try and flake it one more time. Let's take a look at this guy. Okay, yeah, so I don't know if you can see, this is like really, it's like the fish is very, yeah, see, there's little flakes coming off. So that's so you know it's safe to eat, cooked all the way. So I'm gonna set it aside over here, and we're gonna take, actually, while it's still warm, let's take our just gonna make a little room. Let's take our brown butter now, give it a swirl to kind of remix everything. And then we're gonna just drizzle our brown butter over our fillets, like so. Okay, yes, very nice. Yeah, and so now our salmon is done. We have delicious, oh, that smells really good. Buttery, nutty salmon with delicious brown butter on top. Very nice, very nice. Just gonna set that aside for 1 second while we finish our cocktail. Going back to the half cup of citrus, we're going to get 1.5 ounces of gin, which is 3 tablespoons. You could use a jigger if you have that, which is like a bar tool that if you've ever seen that, it's like a bar tool with like 2 cups on it. But a lot of people don't have that, so I'm just using tablespoons. So we've got 1, 2, maybe a little bit more than that, and 3 tablespoons of gin. And then we're gonna do the same with our so we've got our sparkling water. We'll do 1, 2, 3. And now get a spoon. You could use any kind of spoon. If you have a long bar spoon, that's cool, but no worries if not. And give it a stir to just mix all the juice and our gin together. And then now, you could serve it on ice if you'd like. If you want it room temp, that's fine too. I like it on the rocks. So I'm gonna now pour it into our nice glass. And now we have our delicious gin punch. Whew, that's good stuff. That's so refreshing and so summery. Yeah, so, okay, salmon. Let's grab our plate and plate up the salmon off of our board here. All right, so now we have our delicious buttery salmon. If you want to, if you have any extra fresh herbs, you could totally put fresh herbs on this. I always like to pull some herbs from the garden patio, put them on top. If you don't have them, that's okay, but I did pick some from my little Greek basil plant that's on my patio. So Greek basil is interesting because the leaves are really tiny, so I don't know if you can see how teeny tiny these little leaves are. But it's just nice for garnishing if you want, just a little basil. So I'm just gonna put a few little basil leaves on top, because why not? Or you could put more rosemary. And now we have our delicious salmon covered with toasty walnuts, salt, pepper, rosemary, and brown butter. And that is our delicious summery Saturday meal. So enjoy, guys. I had a lot of fun. That was really fast, but that's the nice thing about this recipe. Sorry, the connection slowed down for a sec, but that's the nice thing about this recipe is the salmon comes together really fast, so it's just easy and simple to make. And it's really good for you too. So yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you had fun, and I will see you again hopefully next month for the next one. I haven't decided on what we're gonna make yet, but I'll put it out there. I'll let you know via email.